Hey guys, what's happening? So today we're looking at 5 tools that helped me to lose weight. I lost 60 pounds or 28 kgs over a period of 6 months, and 5 simple tools helped me. Let's dive right in. The first is a simple food scale. In order to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. What do I mean? There's a certain amount of calories you need to take every day to maintain your body weight. That's called your maintenance calories. If you eat below your maintenance calories, you enter into what's called a caloric deficit. If you're in a caloric deficit for long enough, you lose weight over time. That's the science, that is a fact. There's no getting around that, there's no secret. Losing weight is simply a matter of being in a caloric deficit, eating less than your maintenance calories. So what are your maintenance calories? You simply need to go over to tdeecalculator.net, punch in your details, it'll spit out a number. That is the amount of calories you need per day to sustain you. If you eat below that, caloric deficit. So for example, if you need 2,000 calories per day to sustain your weight, if you eat 1,200, your body needs to look for the other 800 calories somewhere. It will dip into your fat reserves, turn your fat into energy, and you lose weight over time. So a food scale is important to measure how much food you actually eat. Many of us don't have a reference point. We don't know how much food we consume. And a food scale really helped me to see how much I ate every day, to measure, to be a conscious eater. Now, I'm not saying you need to go over the top, but you do need to have a reference point. And a simple food scale that's not expensive. I weighed my food over a period of time to give me an amount in my mind of how much I'm eating, so I could gauge on a daily basis and make sure that I maintained my caloric deficit. So a food scale, it's not expensive. That's the first thing. Let me just say something before I hop on to my second point. Losing weight is not expensive. It's not expensive at all. You know, you don't even need to spend money. So for example, if you don't even have enough money to buy a food scale, there's some apps online that you can punch in. You can guesstimate, you can estimate the amount of food that you have. You can punch the details in. It'll spit out an amount of calories, and you can write that down and keep a food log based on certain apps. But a food scale is helpful. Number 2 is a skipping rope. A skipping rope is not expensive. And when I started off on my weight loss journey, I couldn't even bend. I couldn't even tie my shoelaces, let alone skip. And after I improved every day, started slowly, over time I got better and better. And then I was skipping 1,000 jumps a day, and then I increased that more and more. And what's great about a skipping rope is that it's a high intensity workout. And with high intensity workouts, you burn more calories over a short period of time because your heart rate is going up, you're pumping blood, and you're burning more fat over time. So a skipping rope was super helpful for me. There is a ton of information online that you can search and find out skipping rope routines and schedules, but just simply jumping, spinning the skipping rope around you for a certain amount of time is helpful. Start with 1 minute a day, increase that over time. Start 1 minute a day for 1 week, the next week 2 minutes. Go up to 5, and you'll see, you'll sweat, and the pounds, those unwanted pounds, come off. So skipping rope is number 2. The third thing is a dumbbell, a simple dumbbell. Now, I'd never been to the gym when I started my weight loss journey. Gyms are intimidating. So I wanted to have the most amount of bang for my buck. In other words, I wanted to find out exercises that help me burn the most amount of fat over the shortest period of time. So I used one dumbbell and I did one exercise every time I went to the gym. So one dumbbell, one exercise routine. So 5 different things, but one exercise routine that took me 25 minutes. So the first is kind of, I would lift the dumbbell over my head, do 10 of those. Then I would do a dumbbell squat. That's the second thing. Then I'll do a dumbbell row. Then I would take the dumbbell and do swings, just like kettlebell swings. And then I would get down and do a couple of press-ups. And then I would take the dumbbell and I would do sit-ups holding the dumbbell. So simple exercises like this helped me lose a ton of weight. Dumbbell. The next thing is my trusty pair of shoes, running. There's nothing like running to lose a whole bunch of weight. And when I first started my weight loss journey, I couldn't even run 200 meters without panting, and it was so difficult But now I've improved over time, and my time for 5 kilometers is really awesome, but it starts slowly. And if you keep going, you will really lose that weight. So a pair of shoes. They don't have to be expensive shoes, but comfortable shoes to keep you going and to keep you pressing along. And the last thing is this watch. So I started off with a Samsung 1, now I've got a Samsung 4, and I'd measure my steps every day to try and put in those 10,000 steps. Didn't start off with 10,000, started off small, but 10,000 steps. Why 10,000? Did I just invent that number? 10,000 according to Google is the amount of steps an active person takes. And I wanted to move from being passive to active. So I would measure my steps every day to try and ensure I put in 10,000 steps. So that might be difficult at first because that's around 8 kilometers, maybe a bit more than 8. But start off small and every day increase your amount of steps. Be a conscious walker. Walk as much as possible. Instead of taking the car, walk somewhere. And you'll find these simple tools helped me to shed 28 kgs over 6 months. Simple tools, simple exercises, and I hope that they will help you as well. Please like, please subscribe, and please do tell me what tools helped you to lose the most amount of weight. We'll see you again for the next video. Take care.